Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, guys? Sergeant Moose here, back with another The Texas Chain Saw Massacre video. In today's video, guys, we're going to talk about some leaks that we found kind of all over Twitter regarding some of the skill tree perks and different things like that for the victims upon release of the game. So, of course, you guys know the technical test has ended recently, and during that test, we really didn't get a good picture of what was going to be contained in the skill trees or loadouts or anything like that, but there have been a few file diggers around Twitter that have been digging up some of this stuff. So those of you that are curious and have not yet seen some of these things in the game, we're going to kind of go over some of the perks for the victim side. We have yet to see many for the family side just yet, but we're going to go over some for the victim side here, guys, and we're going to kind of talk about a few of them and how they may change the course of the game a little bit. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump straight into it, guys. I will link down in the description some of the folks that I saw that did dig these files up for the perks, so you can check them out as well. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of leaks on Twitter. Also, take this with a grain of salt, guys. This is not confirmed by Gun or Texas Chain Saw Massacre whatsoever. These are just leaked files. They do seem pretty legit, and that's why I'm making the video about it. But let's talk about number one, guys. It's called Well Trained. This is a perk for victim. Again, these are all victim perks. After jumping down a well, all bone scrap and unlocked tools within 25 meters are highlighted to you for a number of seconds. And now the interesting thing about these perks too, guys, is it does show numbers and percentages, but it doesn't say the exact numbers on these percentages or anything like that. So I'm assuming it may be a system kind of like Dead by Daylight where you can upgrade the perks over time. Maybe as you level up the character or level up the perk, something like that, to actually generate a number or a higher number for that perk. But next, guys, we have Hobble. After surviving a close encounter, the family member you fought has stamina regeneration reduced by a magnitude of a percentage for a number of seconds. So that's a big one too, guys. A lot of close encounters do happen. If you win those, this is obviously going to slow down the family members, reduce their stamina. Next, guys, we have Payback. After surviving a close encounter, you regain a number of health points and a percentage of max stamina. So get rewarded on winning those close encounters. Pick on Me. After unlocking a door, that door stays highlighted for all other victims for a number of seconds. That is huge as well, guys. We did see that in a technical test. Kind of thought that was by default, but it turns out that it's actually not by default. That is actually a perk on your survivor. So that's going to be interesting, and that's probably going to work in the family favor if nobody has that chosen. Next, we have Bolt for It. After using a crawl space or gap, you move a percentage faster for a number of seconds. So coming out of crawl spaces, gaps, things like that, you can move quicker. We have Procedure. After using a healing item, you also slowly heal for a number of HP for a number of seconds. That's a good one too, it seems like, guys, because if you're in a pinch, taking a lot of damage, you can heal yourself, and then if you can manage to kind of stay away for a little bit, you'll also heal with ticks over time. Next, we have Bond Breaker, guys. Be more effective in reducing the family bond when incapacitating Grandpa. Family bond goes down by a number of levels. So this does improve whenever you're using your bone scraps. You're hitting Grandpa with the bone scraps and stuff, and you are decreasing that bond between the family members. It looks like another huge perk there as well. So coming over here, guys, we have Shard Strike, Fight or Flight, Choose Fight, Sneak Attacks, and Close Encounters stun the family for a number of seconds longer. So if you're sneaking up behind somebody, if somebody's in a close encounter, you sneak up behind somebody, one of the family members, you attack them with a bone shard. It's going to stun them for longer. Next, we have Adrenaline Rush. This one seems huge to me, guys. Fight or Flight. Choose Flight. After running out of stamina, pop some adrenaline to completely refill and take off running. That is massive. So if you're in a chase with a victim, say you're on the family house map and they're running down the main road trying to get out, they run out of stamina, they can pop this Adrenaline Rush and it completely refills their stamina bars. So they basically essentially get 2 bars, full bars of stamina, which is going to make it hard for anybody to catch them, to be honest. So that could be a huge one there. Next, we have I Know Engines. Getting within a number of meters of Leatherface with an active chainsaw adds the Noisemaker virtual effects to Leatherface. Allows the perk holder to track the noise for a number of seconds. So I Know Engines, you use this, it's going to be easy to snuff out Leatherface and get an idea of his exact location. which is also going to be a good one, man, especially when you're starting out with him in the basement. Carefully does it. Grandpa is a percentage less alerted by the noises you make during the start of the game. I can't really see anybody using that because the meta, at least in the technical test that most people have been using, is trying to wake Grandpa right off the bat. So that may be a useless perk unless something changes with the meta of waking Grandpa early. Next we have Saboteur, one from Dead by Daylight. Hands off creeps. After using a generator or fuse box, the interaction cooldown is a number of seconds longer. That one could be huge as well, guys, because the cooldown, at least in the technical test, was already pretty long. So I'm not sure if Saboteur was already activated by default in the technical test, but it was already a pretty long cooldown. We have Iron Will. Healing another victim heals you by a portion of the healing done. Self-heal is a percentage of total healing. So if you're running Iron Will, you're healing others, you're also going to get healed yourself. Next we have Rescue Medic, a more effective medic. Healing others adds a number of more health and also heals you at a random amount. So Rescue Medic, you're going to be healing people for more than what the base healing is, and you're also going to get healed for a random amount. So that could be a lot, could be a little bit. It's random. Next we have Second Wind, guys. After being injured by a melee attack and avoiding further damage for 15 seconds, you regain a percentage of the health that was lost in the last hit. So if you're getting hit by somebody, guys, you take a hit, you last for 15 seconds without getting hit again, you're going to regain a percentage of that health that was taken out of you when you got hit. Knock Knock. After breaking out of your bonds, you can see where all the basement exits are on the map. Highlight lasts for a percentage of seconds at the start of the match. That could be a good one too, guys, especially for new players that don't really know where those exits are. Knock Knock could be one that comes in handy when trying to find them exits in that obstacle course that is known as the basement. We have Unscrewed. After breaking out of your bonds, you can see where all the tool collection points are within 50 meters. Highlight lasts for a number of seconds at the start of the match. That could be huge as well, guys, especially for Connie, because Connie's main focus typically is to go straight to a toolbox and get a bunch of lockpicks right off the bat, so she can kind of find them really, really quickly. And she's a lockpicking master. So we may see some Connies using Unscrewed. Next, guys, we have Blood Ties. After consuming a health item, you don't bleed out for a number of seconds. So that could also be a good one too, guys, especially with the last man standing type approach. Blood Ties might be a good one if you're the last one alive. You don't want to bleed out. Buy yourself a little bit more time. Next, guys, we have Lone Survivor. Being the last victim alive gives you increased max health and stamina. A percentage is added to max health, and max stamina also increases last victim standing family highlight by a number of seconds. So, if you're the last guy standing, guys, and you're in a pinch, you need to try to get an exit open, Lone Survivor might be the choice, because it's going to highlight the family members, and it's going to give you a boost pretty much all around. Next, we have Hit and Run. Choose both. After surviving a close encounter, your movement speed is increased by 10%. Your stamina consumption is reduced by a percentage for a number of seconds. Eye for an Eye clears up your vision to see poisoned objects, cook locks, and traps. That could be a good one as well, ladies and gentlemen. That could be a really good one, honestly, because when the cook is padlocking his locations and things like that, it can kind of help you choose an alternate route in case it was one that you had in mind you didn't know about. So Eye for an Eye could be a good perk as well. We have Latch Lad. Doors you latch are a percentage harder to barge through. Interesting. Sticks and Stones. Dropping low on health with an empty inventory slot will give you a bone scrap. Item granted when dropping under number of max health, number of uses. There they are. Family members within a number of meters of a tampered objects for more than a number of seconds are highlighted to you. Next, guys, we have Chemist. Healing items used on you are a percentage more effective. Counts for being healed and healing yourself. We have Last Victim Standing. High stamina regen when you were the last victim alive. Another one that could come in handy. Intuition. Holding a key item, a fuse or a valve, highlights the location it can be used for a number of seconds. Now, that is an interesting one too, guys. That was something that we saw in the technical test. When you would grab a valve or a fuse, you would see the fuse box and the pump highlighted. So it does appear that that's going to be a perk. That's not going to be something that's by default in the game. So that could be a really good thing, because that was a problem, honestly, for the family side. Next, we have Electrician, guys. I saw that. When a family member turns a generator on or off, both the family member and the generator are highlighted for a number of seconds. Next, we have spotter, guys. If a family member moves close to where you're hiding, whether in a hiding spot or shadow, they are highlighted to all victims. Family members are highlighted in a range of a number of meters. We have pull. If a family member is within a number of meters, a percentage more points are awarded on each tap during the generator minigame. So that's right, guys. If you're tapping the generator and a family member's within a certain radius, you get more points. That is interesting as well. Next, guys, we have first aider. Rally the team by helping other victims and yourself recover from being incapacitated faster. Recovery is a percentage faster. Out of my head, reduce Nancy's ability time by increasing depletion rate by a percentage and reduce the time that any poison affects you by a number of seconds. So that's right, guys. Nancy is going to be a new family member that is going to be in the game as well, and we'll have more on her because there have been some leaks about Nancy as well, so we'll be talking about her in future videos and some of the things that she can do as well. Sapping cuts, sneak attacks decrease family's max stamina for a while. Hard to be active with something sharp jammed in your gut. Max stamina reduced by a number for a number of seconds. We have backstabber. Sneak attacks have a chance to not consume a bone scrap. The chance is a percentage. Cover burst. Sprint cost percentage less stamina for a number of seconds after leaving a hiding spot you've been in for 5 seconds or more. Knocked into action. Stamina consumption on dashing is reduced by a percentage. Very interesting stuff, man. So guys, we do have sleight of hand here. If you make a noise while interacting with bolt holes or gathering items, it is not highlighted. It has a number of charges. That is wild. Okay, so it's not highlighted. Now I'm wondering if it still will make any type of noise or something like that, because that could be game breaking, guys. Because if you start right off the bat, you find some toolboxes and you have a sleight of hand active, I'm wondering if you could just kind of just burn through the toolboxes to get your lockpicks without making any noise at all. That would be wild. Help me. Is it bad? I can't look. When your health is below a percentage, you are highlighted to every other victim. That's pretty cool. So when you are highlighted, so if somebody else is running this perk and they become highlighted, that would mean that they're probably low health. You got to go try to heal them. Stunt performer, jumping out of windows or down wells doesn't injure you as much, and you get back up faster. Damage taken is a percentage less. That could also be a huge one, man, especially for trying to loop the family members outside. Jumping down wells to get to something in the basement, whether it be the fuse exit. No shock. Once a tampered generator or car battery is turned off, all connected objects are highlighted for a number of seconds. Very interesting. So if you're a survivor, you're looking for a place to escape, and another survivor that maybe you're not communicating with happens to open the exit gate, or not even open the exit gate, but turn off the car battery, you know that exit gate is able to be open. So that's going to be a good one as well. No stopping. Once the valve or fuse box exit are opened or electric grid is turned off, your stamina depletion is reduced by a percentage. So as far as the valve and fuse box go, guys, if you do get that open, you're going to be able to get there a little bit faster before they close. Drug detector priorities. You got them. While below 25% health, healing items within a certain amount of meters are highlighted. That could be another good one as well, man. There's some good perks in here, guys, on the victim side for sure. We have hair or meat. If a family member is within 10 meters, a percentage more points are awarded on each tap during the valve minigame. If a family member is within a number of meters, a percentage more points are awarded on each tap during the lockpicking minigame. That's for fast hands. We have quick exit. If a family member is within a number of meters, you can open the bolt hole in a number of taps. Very cool. Speed search. If a family member is within a number of meters, a percentage more points are awarded on each tap during the item gathering minigame. So there is potential, guys, on earning a lot more points with a lot of these perks as well. So I'm assuming that that's something that you want to be working on leveling up your characters within the game. Some of these perks may come in handy for some extra points and may generate to XP. I'm thinking something like that. We have Lifeline. If a tampered exit is opened, the exit is highlighted for a number of seconds longer to you. Bad Blood. If executed, your killer suffers a percentage reduction to their damage for 120 seconds and highlights them for a number of seconds. It won't save you, but it might help others. So, this is a kind of non-selfish perk that you would use on Survivor. So if you get killed, the killer that killed you is going to have a hard time killing everybody else for 2 minutes. So that actually could come in handy. I mean, that is a non-selfish perk, and I could see a few people using that, especially folks that are trying to get in some teamwork and ensure that at least a few of them get out alive. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a massive mouthful. I do know that, and I apologize for that. That's a lot of victim perks. I'm not sure if that's all of the victim perks or not, but that is all that we know of so far. It is quite a bit. If you guys want, you can go back through the video, kind of pause, slow down, kind of look at some of these perks for yourself a little bit. But it does appear that there is going to be a huge metagame in this game, which I like. There's going to be a lot of kind of mix and matching with these perks, which I really, really like. A lot of different builds for the characters to be had. I can't wait to see what we have on the family side. Again, guys, these are from leakers online on Twitter, so take it with a grain of salt. But from what I'm seeing here, it does seem pretty legit, and it does seem like there's going to be a lot of customization within the Texas Chain Saw Massacre. So we have more exciting stuff for you guys. We're going to do a full breakdown on the victims, and we're going to do a full breakdown on the family members as well. We're going to talk about some of the new victims and the new family members that we didn't get in the technical test. We're going to talk about them too. And also we're going to talk about the new family member Nancy in our next video, and also Sissy and Johnny. They're all three of them are very, very unique. But we're going to talk about them in future videos as well, guys. So if you enjoyed the content, keep it here. My name is Sergeant Moose. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. Take it easy. Take care.